this is Danielle from Banning Lane, and I am here with a pocket page spread using my Felicity Jane Savannah kit. Now, I had started working on this particular week actually a few weeks ago, and I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know if it was the cards I was using or I just wasn't in the mood to work on it, but I actually ended up putting it aside. And then when my new Felicity Jane kit came in the mail, I decided to actually pull this out and thought that maybe since I was excited about these new Felicity Jane products that I would like this week a little more. And I think that did the trick. I really like how it turned out. So I was just showing you the cards that came from the cut apart sheet from the kit. And I picked out a few that I thought I wanted to use and just laid them out so that I could get a good idea of where my week was going. And then I just worked with it a little bit, and you can see that a couple things changed. I took away some of the cards, I added some, and I pulled out some stamps that I wanted to use, and now I have a really good idea where this is going, and so I can just start working on it. The first card that I work on is just a 3x4 card that I cut from some white cardstock, and I'm using several of the labels and the little flags that came on the cut apart sheet from the kit. Now, these are printed on sticker paper, so I absolutely didn't need to use my tape runner. I think it's just habit mostly. I don't know why I don't take advantage of that sticker paper, but you can see when I put this bottom label on, I have to move it around a couple times, and through that process, it actually comes off of the backing right here. So at that point, I could just take advantage that it was a sticker and just stick it on. So you can see there, it just stuck down. I should probably do that more often, but once I get everything stuck down in place, I take a pen and I just do some journaling in some of the labels that are blank. This card is being paired with a photo of my cat, and he doesn't make it into my scrapbooking very often because he's a very naughty cat that doesn't like people and doesn't hardly ever come around. But every once in a while he's laying there so handsome, and I definitely take advantage of those opportunities and snap a photo. And so I think I put something like how awesome or how handsome is this very naughty cat or something like that, because he's pretty darn naughty. But after I get that done, I take some of the stamps that came in the kit, and I'm going to stamp on a few of the labels that are left over. So that first stamp that I did, it just has some little dots. They're kind of in a triangle pattern or a diamond pattern. And then the second stamp I'm using, it almost looks like stitching, and I just stamped that a couple of times on that pink label. And then I call this card good. I think it looks really cute. It's probably one of my favorite cards of this week. And then when I get that done, I pull out my photo and the other card that I'm kind of pairing with it. And then I'm going to take this little yellow heart and put on top of the heart that's already on the card, just to add a little bit of pop of yellow. And then I call this little section done. And then I pull out my next little section, and this is how I kind of work on my pocket page album. I kind of just group it into sections and work on it a little bit at a time. For this card, I just took some of this card is actually the back side of the paper that has the 3x4 cut aparts on it. And then I took this label that says today, and I'm just quickly journaling how I've been having the opportunity just to stop in and say hi to my husband at work when I drop my little girl off at preschool. Her preschool is kind of close to his work, so it's become common for me to just stop in and say hi. And I mentioned in my journaling how work Tony is very different than home Tony, and that's kind of fun for me to see. This next card is just another piece of cardstock that I cut into a 3x4 card, and I'm actually using a Felicity Jane stamp, but it didn't come in this kit. It came in a previous kit. I'm just trying to decide what color of ink I want to use, and then I finally just decide to stick with the gray that I used before. This gray is I don't know if I mentioned, but it's a Hero Arts ink, and I tend to like to use gray in my projects just because it's not as harsh as black, but it's super neutral. I'm using two different stamps on this card. The first one is a sentiment that says reasons to smile, and the second one is just 3 little lines. I stamped the line 3 different times, and then that leaves me 6 spots just to write down 6 things that make me smile right now. I like to do fun little cards like this that aren't, it doesn't tell a big story. It's nothing super important, but it's just 6 little things that are making me smile right now. And those cards are fun to look back on, I think. I decided that I wanted to add some embellishments to this photo that I took of my new Kiki K planner. And so I'm just using some embellishments that came on the cut apart sheet. I'm using a yellow polka dot flag and then this little pink arrow, and I just have them going kind of off the photo on the left hand side, and I think it turns out really cute. I bought this planner. I haven't used it much yet. Life is pretty busy right now, and I still need to figure out how I want to use my planner for my life. And so I think once the holidays get over and the new year starts, I'll really be able to dive into that. But for now, it just looks pretty sitting on my desk, and I'm sure happy I have it. So this next photo I pull out is just my daughter hugging the blow up pumpkins that my mom got her that sit on our porch. She loves them and likes to go and look at them every day. This striped paper is just a pattern that came in the kit that I cut down to a 3x4 card, and I'm using the stamp that says favorite moment, and I just love this picture of my daughter hugging those pumpkins. She's just so cute, and you can tell she loves them so much. So I just stamped the sentiment down. I'm drawing some lines to journal on, and I just write about how much she loves those and call this card good. The next card that I pull out is this one that says fall, and I think that I want to use this label on there, but then I'm not so sure. The balance is not quite right, and you'll see here that I pull out several different things that I think that I might want to use. I just can't figure out what though. I almost consider just leaving it plain, but I fussy with it for a little bit longer, and then I pull out this little vellum heart, or it's not vellum, it's like a tissue paper heart, and I play with that for a little bit, and then I decide to just only add the heart. And so I use some quick dry adhesive, and I just get that stuck down into place, and I call that card done. Now I pull out this, the next little, I pull out the next little section. And so I pull out the 2 other photos and then the other card. That collage of photos on the bottom are photos that I took when my daughter was in the hospital. She broke her arm again the 2nd time this year. And I thought that I thought the heart would look better on that. And so I take it off the card that says fall, and then I use it on my little collage photo. I like that a lot better. And then I had to figure out what I was going to do with that fall card, because you could see where I tried to glue that heart on, or I should say where I took that heart off, and I couldn't get that glue spot off. So the only option I really had was to just cut it off. So I cut it down into a square, and then I pull out another card that came in this kit, and I'm just gonna adhere it on top of the card. And I think that looks really cute. It's sort of a happy accident because I like that much better. So I'm just taking this label that says I love fall, and I'm putting it on this photo that I took of the changing leaves. And the only thing I have left to do is that last 3x4 card. I have this tag that I cut from another card, and I am layering it on top of that rainbow stripe. And I'm just going to draw some lines on this tag. That seems to be a theme this week, and I'm just going to journal about how my daughter broke her arm. And it happened over the weekend, and my husband was on a fishing trip with the guys, and my mom was over at my house. We were supposed to have a scrapbooking weekend, but we ended up spending all of the day, like 8 hours in the hospital. And so my husband felt horrible when he came home, but it was okay. I was happy my mom was here to sit with me. But other than that, I'm pretty much done. So I take all of my cards over to my sewing machine, and I stitch on several of the cards. I'm just showing you that here. I have done that practically every week in my pocket page album this year. I really like it. So after that, I just need to clip off all the little ends, and then I'm gonna lay everything down on my little page maps here so that I can make sure that I like the balance of everything and that everything looks good. I like to get one final look at it before I put it into my album. And this is when I realized I had a blank space, and so I had to figure out what I was going to do. I really contemplated using this yellow hello card. It's super cute, but I thought it was just a little bit too bold for the layout. And so I ended up taking some pattern paper from the kit, cutting it down to a 3x4 size, and then taking some of the thickers that came in the kit to put a 3 on there just for 3 people in my family, and then I call it good. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching today. I would also encourage you to head on over to the Felicity Jane blog and check out what all of the other creative girls are doing with these kits each month. We do post over there every weekday, so definitely check it out. And hopefully we'll see you all very soon. All right, bye-bye.